What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you some Woo content today. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. Okay, so this announcement today about the Woo token buyback project is important, mainly because it answers, or at least begins to solve, one of the biggest problems that I see with the project currently. And I'm a big fan of the project. I like what it's doing, but I actually tweeted this maybe like a week ago. The only reason I bring up the fact that I tweeted is because I've been thinking about it for a while, right? And I can show you the timestamp if you want, but hopefully you can just take my word. And that is, I want to get more into this project, but the lack of liquidity makes it difficult to do so. And the lack of liquidity makes it difficult to get into and terrifying to get out of. So what do I mean by that? Well, any project that doesn't have a lot of liquidity, it's like, sure, I want to buy a bunch, right? A bunch of tokens, stake them, and just kind of get involved with the project in that way. But if at some point I need to exit, and I cannot because there's not enough liquidity, and all of a sudden I'm selling my tokens for like 50% less than what the market should be because the lack of liquidity forces me to push that price down so much that I essentially lose all of my initial capital. That sucks, right? So I'm glad to hear that they're doing this, and this is actually a very innovative way, in my opinion, for the team to be going about it. So what is the buyback project? So essentially what they're going to be doing is there's a 5% fee whenever there is an NFT sale on their internal market. And so that 5% goes towards aiding the development of the upcoming game. It's really just company revenue, right? But what they're doing is they're taking 40% or 2% of that 5% fee and using it to provide additional liquidity. So this is a sustainable addition to our token growth that will continue to rise as we get closer to our general sale, land release, and game launch next year. So there's a lot of big things happening for Woo in the next 12 months, and I think providing or increasing the liquidity there is a huge benefit. So they're not there yet, but this is an ongoing project that will focus primarily on the Woo and Swap.hive. Now, obviously the more avenues to get into, and I think they have Woo and SPS, Woo DEC, Woo Swap.hive. So the more avenues there are to get into and out of, the better. But the problem is that right now they're just focusing on Swap.hive. Sorry, I don't mean to frame that as the problem is that they're only focusing on Swap.hive. I am just glad that they are focusing on increasing liquidity across the board. And their current focus is on Swap.hive, which actually makes the most sense, seeing as Hive is, essentially our Hive engine is essentially the backbone of where a lot of these projects are being built. So I like this idea, and while this is not a Splinterlands video, I was actually pushing for something like this, not for liquidity on Splinterlands, but actually for the DAO, to take, there's usually a 5% transaction fee within the Splinterlands marketplace. And in my mind, I kept thinking, if you want to add constant buy pressure to SPS, the token, and you want to continue funding the DAO in the long run, why not take even like 0.5%, right? So there's a 5% fee. Why not even just take like 0.5% of that and constantly be buying SPS to go into the DAO? So, I love this idea. I love the fact that this is a great sustainable way to continue providing liquidity. The thing is, with the LP rewards that they currently have per the white paper, the incentive to provide liquidity isn't really there, because I'll be honest, the rewards aren't that high. Granted, if you look at it right now, due to the lack of liquidity, you could actually get a great APR, but that doesn't scale up very high. And last I checked, we were less than like $2,000 worth of liquidity. In fact, why don't we go and check that right now to see where we are at? So if we go to Diesel Pools and pull up any and everything that has Woo, you will see here that, sure, lack of liquidity right here. There's less than 1,500 in Woo and Swap.hive. There's less than $2,000 in Woo and SPS, and just about $1,000 in Woo DEC and Woo Pizza. So this to me is really important. If you what I wanted to talk about was the LP rewards. So daily, the LP rewards are paying out $2.5, right? Which, granted, that's 1,000 Woo right now. So if Woo were to go up in price, that could make things interesting. But at this point in time, the 1,000 Woo that's being paid out for liquidity rewards just isn't as high, right? And it's not as enticing as some of the other LP rewards out there. But really, guys, I think that this is a fantastic way to move forward, and I'm excited. I'm really excited for the project, but liquidity is something that I was worried about. So the fact that they're addressing this head on, and really months before a lot of the major things start coming into play, such as the alpha pack sale at the end of October, which is about 2 months away at this point, and then land sale and the game launch next year, I think are all great things. So excited for what the team is doing. Just wanted to walk through this with you and let you know that I am slowly averaging in. I don't want to go buy in like crazy, as I said, because there's not enough liquidity, but I am slowly averaging into the Woo token and staking more because, again, I want to save some up for the upcoming alpha sale, and why not try to jump into a game early and take advantage of like the 140% APR that is currently available on Woo tokens. So that's all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I will catch you all in the next one, and I will see you around the game. Take care.